And next political debate tonight, making a reappearance on the news hour tonight. Abhishek Manu Singhvi of the Congress party is debating with Ravi Shankar Prasad, the chief national spokesperson of the BJP. Gentlemen, thank you very much. We're talking about the FDI fight, which looks set to become shriller. And our immediate context is the Congress mega rally at the capital's Ramlila grounds yesterday. Message is clear, Ravi Shankar Prasad, from the government to you tonight. And I begin by asking you that if you saw yesterday's rally, the one message you would get is that we are going ahead come what may. We will be more aggressive on the issue of FDI, especially of FDI in retail. We will take you head on, and we have the numbers to do so. Isn't that the message that you draw? And would you be intimidated by that kind of clear message that's come out from the Congress and the government yesterday? Mr. Prasad.
If they are talking the language of intimidation, Arnab, Goswami, sorry, we are not intimidated. Intimidation is not the language of democracy. But I am more concerned about the real fact which came out of the about last 4 days meeting of the full reconstituted Council of Ministers. Chidambaram said, unless we do something, we are going to be reduced as a junk state. That is the word prominently displayed on the Times of India and also your channel. Or now the first question I would like to ask today. The UPA government led by Dr. Manmohan Singh is in the 9th year of its government, led by an economist, Dr. Manmohan Singh, as the Prime Minister. And if after 9 years, the eminent finance minister of this government is saying that we are under serious threat of being declared a junk state, the country is certainly entitled to know as to how this country is being governed or misgoverned. Inflation, manufacturing down, investment climate seriously doubtful. So the first thing I would like to ask.
No, what has this got to do with the position on FDI in retail? What does this have to do with the position on FDI in retail, on which basically Rahul Gandhi is accusing you of lying? He's clearly saying that. What does this have to do with that?
The reply is very simple. Rahul Gandhi needs to do his homework well. Today, in spite of so much of FDI in retail, so much of Walmart and other big stores so extensively spread out in Europe and America, both these countries are spending 5,000 crores per day on subsidy to its farmers. The income of farmers in America has come from 70% about 50-60 years ago to close to 4%. Therefore, in spite of FDI in retail, the condition of farmers in these countries is becoming pitiable every day by day. We see it daily. And second, or no, it's very important to be appreciated that in New York, a Walmart is not allowed. I was there hardly about 10 days ago, and in Brooklyn, a Walmart store was not allowed to be opened because of organized resistance there in New York. The same thing I noticed in Chicago. So many.
But then the BJP's first spoke. That's exactly the point tonight. No, but then why did the BJP? Rahul Gandhi says it was the BJP which first talked of FDI. And I now go to Abhishek Manu Singhvi. He says, Rahul Gandhi says yesterday, they were weak-hearted. We are strong-hearted. He also says during the Kargil war. He says during the Kargil war, we were in the opposition, we were still standing by the government. We told Atal Bihari Vajpayee, we will support all your decisions. The Congress has always supported issues that benefit the nation. Rahul Gandhi used the Kargil example yesterday to make it a clear debate on what issues that benefit the nation. Yes.
You want me to reply?
I'm coming to you, Mr. Dr. Singhvi. I just want to get a full rebut from the other side. Coming to you right after that. Yes. What's your response to the Kargil comment?
First of all, it is preposterous for Mr. Rahul Gandhi, and I say with full sense of responsibility, to compare Kargil with FDI in retail.
Why?
There is a violation of the commitment on the floor of the House. Or now, on the issue of 26/11 attack in Mumbai, did we stand with the government or not?
I take that to Abhishek Manu Singhvi.
We all supported. Therefore, Kargil is completely different. As far as FDI in retail is concerned, 4.5 crore people will lose their job.
That
Indian manufacturing sector will be outsourced to foreign countries. It is a serious threat. Rahul Gandhi needs to understand that.
Abhishek Manu Singhvi, do you think that comparison to Kargil and FDI in retail was inherently flawed?
Okay, can I now reply, and please give me at least
take your time.
Approximately half the time you given to my friend Ravi. First, let's go point-wise. I don't know where this point about Council of Ministers has come from. It's a completely inapposite point. I don't know whether Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad has a mole or a live recording device inside the Council of Ministers. For every such sentence, there might have been 20 rebuttals. How do we know what is going on in Council of Ministers? And if he decides to use that completely, unofficial, informal, unsubstantiated and doubtful information...
It was published in Times of India, Abhishek, next day. It was published in Times of India headline news.
A Council of Ministers, Times of India, a Council of Ministers discussion published in the Times of India is no value. There could be 20 rebuts, different points of view, different discussions. Please don't. You have been in the Council of Ministers and you should be the most horrified to find that that's the basis of your indictment of the government. You should have something more substantial than that. Number two, look, it's not only FDI. When this rally is all about a continuity. This is about the progressive, reform-oriented face of the government and of particularly the Congress party from time immemorial. And Mr. Rahul Gandhi and the Congress President and Prime Minister were pains to point out there is no flash in the pan, it's no single swallow in the summer. It is a continuity, whether it is Manrega, whether it is RTI, whether it is Domestic Violence Act, whether it is hundreds of other things like that. FDI certainly is the most recent in that continuity. No. It is also equally true that the BJP has been very, very politically opportunist, starting with FDI, opposing it vehemently, starting with GST or forms of GST, opposing it vehemently, starting with several other reform measures and now opposing them in Parliament, banking regulation bills. So this is being opportunist, and finding themselves along with other people with whom they totally disagree otherwise, only to oppose the government of the day for the sake of opposing. Let's now come to Kargil. I think,
yes.
Mr. Rahul Gandhi has been completely and totally misunderstood. Totally misunderstood. What he was saying certainly is not about the war effort in which the country, blood, sweat and tears, stands united. What he was saying was that there could be many issues on which during and immediately after Kargil we could have objected. For example, how did those infiltrators get there in the first place? After all, it was a question of taking out those who were infiltrated within our boundaries. We did not do so, because we believe that constructive opposition is the name of the game, not opposition for the sake of opposition. Now, if you want to distort that sentence out of context,
no, where is the distortion?
As if he was scoring brownie points.
No, where is the distortion?
So no, I'm just saying.
Did I distort?
He was speaking at a rally.
Did I distort?
His intent was to say that, no, I'm not saying you distorted. This has been distorted well before your program today. I'm not accusing you of distortion.
No, I can read out the whole thing if you think.
Plucking out one sentence, plucking out one sentence out of context in a rally which he is addressing, where the clear intent is to suggest that, look, I could nitpick, I could find many areas of opposition to Vajpayee government and Mr. Vajpayee, but I didn't do it.
Dr.
That's all he was saying.
Dr. Singhvi, I have my simple counter to you, and I know that Ravi Shankar Prasad would want to come in, but my counter to you, sir, is that FDI in retail is an issue of economic policy on which the benefits or the negative impact of it can be an issue of discussion. How on earth can this be compared to a national security issue? Secondly, how can the issue of FDI in retail, does it have to be a question of support as a matter of right or support as a matter of conviction? What Rahul Gandhi seems to be arguing is support for FDI is almost like a quid pro quo for support that the Congress lent the Vajpayee government on issues such as Kargil. There is no other interpretation possible to it, with all respect.
Arnab, let me start by saying that I reject both the premises in your question, which is to reduce the rally to a single or a dual point issue.
So it's a point of debate.
FDI or a stray remark on Kargil. That is not what the rally was about. You are missing the wood for the trees. The idea of the rally first and foremost was that yes, every country has problems, governments have problems, opposition has problems. But there are lots of positivities and affirmatives in our nation which we tend to forget in the midst of the chatter of negativity. So the first and foremost object was, look, these are our sets of achievements. Examine them on merits. Good things have happened as well. Don't be bogged down constantly in the morass of negativity as if nothing good is happening in this country.